Hello everyone, welcome back to the polymer chemistry classes. In the previous classes, we discussed about the polymerization techniques. In this video, we'll learn about the individual polymers. In engineering chemistry syllabus, we are having a 4 individual polymers. Starting from the polyvinyl chloride, we will discuss one by one. So let us start with polyvinyl chloride. Polyvinyl chloride is commonly called as PVC. It is a vinyl polymer constructed of repeating vinyl groups having one of their hydrogen is replaced with a chloride group. So PVC is obtained by heating a water emulsion of vinyl chloride in the presence of hydrogen peroxide or benzoyl peroxide in an autoclave under applying high pressure. Before the preparation of polyvinyl chloride, we must prepare the vinyl chloride. So preparation of the vinyl chloride. The preparation of the vinyl chloride is synthesized on commercial scale by following process, that is, acetylene is treated with the hydrochloric acid and forms the vinyl chloride. From the vinyl chloride, polyvinyl chloride is obtained. As ethylene becomes more abundant, technology based on the chlorination of ethylene dichloride, which we called as a EDC. Coming to the synthesis of the polyvinyl chloride. Commercial polymerization of polyvinyl chloride is done by free radical catalyst employing bulk, suspension, and emulsion polymerization techniques. Suspension and emulsion polymerization techniques are most commonly used in industries for the preparation of the PVC. 80% of the PVC is produced by the suspension polymerization technique and 12% of the PVC is produced by the emulsion polymerization technique, and finally 8% of the PVC is produced by the bulk polymerization technique. Coming to the types of PVC, there are two types. Those are UPVC and CPVC. UPVC stands for unplasticized polyvinyl chloride and CPVC stands for chlorinated polyvinyl chloride. Let us discuss one by one, starting with UPVC. UPVC can be used in wide range of applications including electrical and telephone cables. UPVC has an advantage over the standard PVC in that it offers less resistance to flow than conventional pipes, resulting in minimal flow loss. UPVC commonly used for making doors and window frames. Coming to the CPVC, it is distinctive for its yellowish color. The CPVC plastic is flexible and thinner walls than the standard PVC, though it is more resistant to heat and works well for the hot water supply applications. And CPVC also has an advantage over standard PVC in colder climates, so that it prevents the cold water pipes from the formation of condensation when water temperature gets very low. Coming to the properties of the PVC. PVC is chemically stable, neutral, and it is non-toxic material. PVC's major benefits is its compatibility with many different kinds of additives, making it a high versatile polymer. PVC has excellent electrical insulation properties, fire insulation properties, good impact strength, and weatherproof attributes. Coming to the applications of the PVC. PVC can be used in the preparation of electrical conduct pipes, floorings, taps, water storage tanks, cable wires, window frames, etc. This is about the individual polymer polyvinyl chloride. Coming to the next individual polymer, that is polycarbonate. This is the structure of the polycarbonate. The polycarbonate is made from the bisphenol A and phosgene. Polycarbonates derived their name because they are polymers containing carbonate groups. Most polycarbonates of commercial interest are derived from rigid monomers. A balance of useful features including temperature resistance, impact resistance, and optical properties position polycarbonates between commodity plastics and engineering plastics. Coming to the synthesis of the polycarbonate. The main polycarbonate material is produced by the reaction of bisphenol A and phosgene. Let us discuss stepwise starting from the first step. The first step involves treatment of bisphenol A with sodium hydroxide, which deprotonates the hydroxyl groups of bisphenol A and it gives the diphenoxide. The diphenoxide reacts with phosgene in the second step to give the chloroformate, which subsequently is attacked by the another phenoxide. In this way, approximately 1 billion kilograms of polycarbonate is produced annually, and the byproduct is NaCl. Coming to the uses of polycarbonates. Polycarbonate is used for the preparation of domestic wares, electrical insulator in electronic industries, and it is also used for the preparation of greenhouse enclosures, automobile headlights, outdoor fixtures, and medical industry applications. Coming to the next individual polymer, that is polythene or polyethylene. There are mainly two types of polythene. Those are low density polythene and high density polythene. Let us discuss one by one starting from the low density polythene. Low density polythene ranges from 0.910 to 0.940 gram per centimeter cube. It is obtained by the polymerization of ethene under high pressure. That pressure is 1000 to 2000 atmospheric pressure and temperature is 350 to 570 K in the presence of traces of oxygen or a peroxide initiator. It is formed by the free radical polymerization. And this is a reaction when ethane molecules are combined with each other at high pressure, that means 1000 to 2000 atmospheric pressure, and temperature is 350 to 570 K in the presence of peroxide initiator. Let us see the polythene formation. Coming to the properties of the polythene, that means low density polythene having a high degree of short and long chain branching. It is having intermolecular force which are in less amount. It is tough but highly flexible and ductile. It is chemically inert. Coming to the uses of low density polythene. Low density polythene is used for the insulation of electricity, carrying wires, and manufacturing of Swiss bottles, toys, and flexible pipes. Coming to the high density polythene, it is ranges from the density is greater than or equal to the 0.941 grams per centimeter cube. It is formed when addition polymerization of ethane takes place in a hydrocarbon solvent in the presence of a catalyst such as triethyl aluminum and titanium tetrachloride, which we called as the Ziegler-Natta catalyst. At a temperature of 333 to 343 Kelvin and pressure is between 6 to 7 atmospheric. The properties of the high density polythene is it is having a low degree of branching and it is stronger intramolecular forces and tensile strength. It is chemically inert. Coming to the uses of high density polythene. High density polythene is used for the manufacturing of buckets, dustbins, bottles, water pipes, etc. Coming to the environmental issues faced by the polythene. Although polythene can be recycled, most of the commercial polythene ends up in landfills and in oceans such as Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Polythene is not considered biodegradable except when it is exposed to UV from sunlight. Under UV lights, tertiary carbon bonds in the chain structure are the center of attack. The UV rays active such bonds to form free radicals, which then react further with oxygen in the atmosphere, producing carbonyl groups in the main chain. This is about the polythene. Coming to the next individual polymer and the first synthetic polymer, that is bakelite. Bakelite, a phenol formaldehyde polymer, it was first completely synthesized plastic and it is made by Leo Baekeland in 1907. Baekeland and assistant started their research in 1904 looking for a synthetic substitute. Bakelite was commercially introduced in 1909. Bakelite was first used to make billiard balls, but later it was used to make molded insulation, valve parts, knobs, buttons, knife handles, many types of molded plastic containers for radios and electronic instruments, etc. Coming to the properties of the bakelite. Bakelite is rigid, hard, scratch resistance, infusible, water resistance, and it is insoluble solids which are resistant to non-oxidizing acids, salts, and many organic solvents. But backlights are attacked by the alkalis because of the presence of free hydroxyl group in their structure, and backlights possesses excellent electrical insulating character. Coming to the preparation of the bakelite. Phenol formaldehyde polymers are the oldest synthetic polymers. These are obtained by the condensation reaction of phenol with formaldehyde in the presence of either acid or base catalyst. The reaction starts with initial formation of ortho or para hydroxymethyl phenol derivative, which further react with phenol to form compounds having a rings joined to each other through CH2 groups. The initial product could be a linear product that is called as a novolic, which is used in the ointments. This is the synthesis of the bakelite. So first phenol is treated with the formaldehyde and it gives ortho or paraphenoxide. And this is treated with another phenol group and finally ring structures are formed. These ring structures are closed by the CH2. Novolac on heating with formaldehyde undergo cross-linking to form a infusible solid called as a bakelite. Bakelite is a cross-linked solid. Coming to the uses of bakelite. Plastic items can be prepared by using bakelites, for example, telephone parts, cabinets, heater handles, etc. Phonograph recorders also used by the bakelites. Bakelites are used for the preparation of electrical switches and rings used in the propeller shafts in paper industries. Soft bakelite is used for the binding glue, laminated wooden plants, and in varnishes. Sulfonated bakelite is used as a ion exchanger resins, and it is also used in the fabrics, wood, and paper. This is about the synthetic plastic that is a bakelite. So in the next video we will discuss about the compounding of plastics. Thanks for watching.